What if everything goes perfectly? And that quote from that friend has stuck with me in my psyche for years. And I wanted to share that with you all right now because I just had a moment where I went to a negative thought spiral and went to worst case scenario. And I just had the thought of, what if everything goes perfectly, come into my mind? And I felt compelled to come here and talk to you all about that. I wrote something in my journal the other night after I did my meditation. You automatically assume that people will lose interest in what you have to say. So you keep believing that and let that voice tell you something that's not true, and you keep believing it. Why not believe that you will keep their interest? All you have are assumptions, so assume the best outcome. What happens if you start assuming the best outcome instead of assuming the worst outcome? You're only going to grow the trust muscle. You're only going to grow your ability to believe in positive and optimistic outcomes. You're going to continue to stay optimistic. You're going to change the way that your mind works. You're going to start thinking, yes, why not me? Instead of, why me? Why would that happen for me? Why do I deserve the life that I want? You do. You do deserve the life that you want. People also care what you have to say. I automatically believe that people are going to lose interest in what I have to say. But I'm going to start spinning it into, I am making an assumption that people will lose interest in what I have to say. So if I spin that upside down, I turn that on its head, then that's me believing something new and changing my perspective and the way that I see things. And the way that we see things and the way that we think is typically what comes back to us. So go through today testing this out. Assume the best case scenario. Assume the opposite of whatever negative thought spiral. Just change the language in your head and start making that into a habit and see what happens in your life.